Hello guys, welcome to a new video. So this video is all about how we take Instagram photos while we're stuck at home. So we're going to take lots of photos at home right now. Usually we take our Instagram photos while we're traveling. We always take lots of photos during our trips and then post them for months after we've returned home. We still have lots of photos left to share from our travels from last year. But as we're stuck at home right now, it felt a bit weird to keep on posting those photos. And as hardly anyone can travel right now, we felt that it's more relevant to inspire people to take photos at home instead of inspiring people to travel. You don't need a big house to take Instagram photos at home. We have a really small house actually, but I still came up with so many photo ideas. So I'm going to tell you all about it. Okay, first things first, how do we create Instagram photos at all? So if you go to our Instagram, it's at Kipamojo, you'll see we have many photos with us together in it. We don't use a photographer to take these photos, but we use our tripod. Of course, we also need a camera to take the photos, which is this one. And since we're taking all the photos ourselves, we use a remote for that we connect to our camera. So first the tripod. This is the tripod that we use. Let me see. It's by the brand Rollei. We chose this tripod as it's very compact when it's folded. I will show you. It's just like this, so it easily fits in a small suitcase, in a small hand luggage suitcase, which is perfect because we travel a lot with it. And it's also very easy to use. I can demonstrate that. You just have to twist these things and then it comes out. When it's completely unfolded, the entire height is around this, and I'm sitting right now, so it will be like here. And you can also make this higher, and then it will be like this. So the total height is just a little bit below the head, so it's around here for me, and I'm 174, so I think it's around 160 or something. I don't know, I can look it up for you. So that's the tripod. Then this is our camera. It's a Sony a6000. We spent a while doing research which camera we wanted. I'm not going to bore you with all of that. I can't even remember why exactly we bought it, but we are very happy with it. It's perfect for the way we use it, which mostly is taking Instagram photos. It works very easy and it's just a great camera. We like it. Okay, so as we're taking the photos ourselves, we used to take photos with a self timer on our camera, which was really a struggle because you had to run to your spot, take one photo, then run back, and well, you understand the deal. It really didn't give us the vibe we wanted in our photos because it was just very staged, because we only had one take and then we had to run again, so it didn't feel natural. And because we wanted to take photos that felt more natural, we decided to look for other options, and we came up with a remote. This is our remote. This is the receiver, and this is the remote itself. So we just bought this to try it out. We looked online for some remote devices that were able to connect with our Sony a6000 camera, and this was one of them. This was only around 20 euros, I guess, so very cheap. We bought it around a year ago and really love it. Both of these devices work with 2 AAA batteries. The receiver, you can just put it on top of the camera like this, like where the flashlight is supposed to be. This thing, and then the end of this cable you put in here on the side. So super easy to use. This is the remote. This is the trigger for the receiver. So the only downside of a remote is that you always have to cover it when you're taking photos. As we're always taking a couple photos, it's easy for us to hide the remote in our hands because we're often cuddling or holding hands around the other's back. So for us it's easy, but if it's not possible for the photo that you take, look into other options. So how to come up with photo ideas. My head is always exploding with many kind of ideas, but it's not always been like that. Instagram is my go-to place for inspiration, and by inspiration I really mean feeling inspired by the photos I see and not necessarily to copy them. So usually I look for beautiful places and cities that we're going to visit, and I look for them on Instagram, just typing in the location, or when I know that a certain account visited that city, then I look up that account and save the photos that I like. I have lots of different folders on Instagram, just all for each destination that we're going to visit. Now, since we can't travel anymore for the foreseeable future, I'm going to focus on other things to be more creative in our photos. For us as a travel couple, we often focus on the destination, like the background with a beautiful cherry blossom tree or a beautiful church, a beautiful building. That was our main focus, like the location, but since we are going to take a lot of photos at home, I'm going to be more creative with other things like poses and edits. So the first thing to be creative with taking photos at home is poses. So for poses, Instagram is again my go-to inspiration source. I always save the photos in which I think that pose is really cool or that pose is so cute. I always save those photos in a special folder called couple inspiration. That folder is filled with all kinds of couple poses. You can do this for all kinds of poses. Of course, if you're not taking couple photos, you can do that for fashion poses or whatever. So we often go to the same poses over and over again just because we feel comfortable with those poses, but it's good to have a folder like that you can scroll through when you're taking photos and be like, oh, maybe it's fun if we try out this pose, or maybe it's fun if we try out that pose. We really use these poses as an inspiration, so we're just like, oh, this looks very cool, and then we're going to sit or stand like that and just do our own thing. So it will never turn out exactly the same way as the photo that we chose as inspiration, which is a very good thing, of course. So you still have your own style, your own thing in the photo, even though you're inspired by someone else's pose. Okay, so the edit. Usually our edits are very straightforward. The way we edit our photos right now is just Lightroom. Since we are stuck at home and I want to get more creative with my edits, I want to get more into Photoshop. I have no clue how to use Photoshop, but that's something I want to learn in the next couple of days, and maybe I'm going to tell you more about that. As we're often taking photos at home, what I really like to do is creating cute corners. So what I mean with creating a cute corner is something like this. So this is a relatively permanent corner that we have in our house. As you can see, there are lots of cactuses here. There is a globe. I used this corner in one of the photos that we took yesterday, and I just laid a sheepskin plate in front of it, and then we were sitting there and it just looked very cute. You couldn't see the cactuses at all because we were blocking them, but it just looks like a nice place to sit, and it kind of makes sense to sit there, at least for the look of the photo. You can create all kinds of corners like this throughout the house. Just be creative with furniture that you have. We sometimes sit on the couch and add some fairy lights or some blankets. You can also pick out other places in the house and add in some plants or another blanket or some more fairy lights or maybe a painting. You can just look around the house, what's lying around, and use that to create pretty corners. Then sit in front of it, make sure you don't block the things that you want to be seen, and that really makes a cute location for photos at home. Now we're coming at the part in which we're actually going to take the photo. First, let me take you back to yesterday and explain you my photo IDs. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to make 5 or 6 photos. I have in mind 3 in front of this white wall with 3 different kind of poses, and then I'm going to edit them so they are super creative, super nice. I wanted to do one in front of that area with the cactuses and everything, and this sheep skin thing, and that we're sitting with a cup of tea or coffee or something very nice, cozy, and we're at home, so that. And I wanted to make one at the couch. The couches right now are clothing area, but I have a very cute pose in mind on the couch together. So how many photos are those? Oh yeah, 5. And then I wanted to maybe do a selfie collage because that could be very cute. So that's the plan. Let's do it. We also filmed ourselves while we were taking photos. Due to lack of space in our living room, you can't fully see us, but let me explain some things we're doing. In these time lapses of us, you can see that we stick to one pose and we're trying to act natural. We keep on moving our heads between every photo and we try to make each other laugh by making silly jokes. Even though we make these photos on the same day, we're wearing different outfits in every photo. To bring more color into a photo, we often choose brightly colored clothes. So the first 3 photos we took in front of the white wall, but as you can see we did some different poses, both sitting and standing, and of course different outfits to change things up. You don't always have to think out of the box. Taking a photo while sitting on the couch like we're doing here can be very nice too. In this photo we're holding a cup of coffee as a prop. Using props in your photos can be a very nice addition. We felt that drinking a cup of coffee made sense in this photo. This is how the photos actually turn out. So that was it for today. I hope this video was useful for you in some way, and I really hope it inspired you to take more photos at home and to be creative in your own way with taking photos at home. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. I have lots of ideas that I'm going to film in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram so you can stay updated on our daily lives in this crazy situation and to see all the photos that we create at home. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!